It's Thursday. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons right here. Superior Adventurers Guild Twitch channel. That's us. How are you doing? I'm North Shore Dungeon Master.
Yes, North
Shore DM. Wow. You'd think you'd give yourself a name and you could fucking remember it. Nope, not this guy. A tongue twist. You know how it is. Maybe you don't, I guess. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us today for Midwinter Keening, where our party is totally not lost in a haunted forest. Nope. The haunted forest is totally not trying to split them up by using their fears and regrets against them. Nope. Now that doesn't sound, I guess maybe it is. Anyway, let's meet my friends. Hello, friends. I don't know if I say that with enough time for the transition, but hello, friends.
Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Greetings.
What is up?
Would you like to buy some fine bones?
Yes. Are you a bone salesman?
I apparently am now. It's better than clearly trying to sell my treatment for my new Broadway musical, Rant.
Oh,
I thought it was
Rant, the musical.
Yep, Rant the musical. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael. I apparently just started talking, so I should introduce myself to keep us all kind of on point. I'm playing Gunder, Nala of Thor, Haunted Woods, Weird Visions. Not the best time Gunder's ever had. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
all right. We're going backwards. Hi, I'm Dave.
Crisscross.
Yeah. What are we doing tonight? I'm playing Vidar Gormson, a ranger, Scotty Ranger, which is a pretty sweet ranger archetype that was designed for this campaign setting of Svilland, outfitted to be pretty badass in the snow in the cold north. And we're definitely going to be putting Vidar and the rest of the party to the test, I believe, over the next couple of sessions. So excited to see how far Vidar can be pushed.
Hang on. I got to, let's see.
I mean, what could happen?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yep. This birthday card.
Probably a lot of things.
This birthday card from my uncle says, you're going to get put to the test.
There's a birthday card?
This is my birthday card from my uncle.
Oh, delightful.
Like an aggressive birthday
It was like a Johnny Carson. I was trying to do a bit. It didn't work.
Oh.
Survey says, yes, you are going to get tested. Sorry. Carry on. I apologize.
No, I'm done.
I'm out. Table flip. That's me. Or no, it's you. Whatever.
I was purposely adding
care.
the dead air in the middle. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
I'm Ashley. I play Astrid Balder's daughter. I am a level 4 Gothia Balder, which is a cleric. And I spent most of last game asleep. Yay. Excited to not be sleeping.
Sleep at the wheel. The wheel of agony.
Agonized.
Ooh.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Andy. I'm playing Stieg Egilson, a 4th level Runewalker. And he spent most of the game last time completely charmed out of his mind, and he didn't know what was going on. So that was fun. Kept rolling all those horrible saves.
Yeah, the dice.
2s and 3s.
The dice.
A couple of 4s.
I'm not fully convinced that any of our characters are actually alive at this point after last week. So I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
We could all be in a dream. Inception.
Maybe
Dream
we
within a
never
dream.
left Molgor.
Ooh,
I like
that's a
the
cool
sound.
idea.
I like the
It's
sound
getting
of everything
complicated.
you've heard.
It was all a dream.
Right now.
You wake up. It was. You're
we're
not actually.
we're
a
actually
Rune
at Steve's farm. We don't believe it.
I'm gonna
Yep,
pitch
we're all
this.
sheep herders.
I want to pitch this live right now. Would you be interested in the Matrix as a game concept?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I'm interested in anything as a concept. It's the
Nice.
implementation that is the hard part.
We'll work
That
on
is
it.
deep
We'll
truth,
work
my
on
friend.
it.
Deep cutting truth.
Anyway, awesome. Hang on, let me. I'm trying to do too many things at once.
Okay.
Oh, I can't type. There we go.
I got an idea. Let's do some announcements while Chad's
Yes.
typing.
Yeah.
Andy, why don't you
Sorry.
give us an announcement, buddy?
Announce
I have
something.
an announcement to make.
Announce
We
anything.
have merch. We got
Ooh.
T-shirts. We got sweatshirts. We got. Do we have hats? No, we don't have hats.
No,
we have
but we
tote
have
bags.
onesies.
We have
have
onesies
adult-sized
for the little
onesies.
ones. We got masks. we got all that stuff. Every color under the rainbow.
Coffee mugs.
Different fits and sizes. I think they're even on
Relevant-
sale right now.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Relevant to a
the
previous
next
conversation. Do we think
6
any of
hours.
the clothing is in an appropriate size for pets?
I don't think they have that yet, but they definitely should be giving some
It
thought to
depends
that.
That depends on the size of your pet.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
You
true.
could give it, depending on the size of your pet, you could get a very small kid's shirt or a.
I'm gonna need a
kid's
double
onesie.
XL for my
I've seen
Saint
it done
Bernard.
before.
These are all things we
Slightly
should
modify
explore.
it. hmm
I agree.
Hey, I got an announcement to follow up on that. Brilliant announcement. Hey, Dream Realm Storytellers, thank you for sponsoring this stream. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting us. We're going to support you by telling folks to go check out Dream Realm Storytellers and, I don't know, buy their stuff. We're playing in the Svilland campaign setting, which is pretty rad. And if you want to play in it, you can enter to win tonight by typing !drawing. Let's see. I have something here. What was that? Oh, well, I don't see it now, but here we go.
Here
We
go.
go. So I just put the cover of the PDF on the screen there for people to see. We did this last time, but I'm just going to show you the table of contents. We've got, I don't know, like a massive amount, something like 50 pages of lore, a bunch of character options, including unique character classes to this game setting, which are being played by some of the folks on this stream. There are a ton of great items and equipment. And my favorite, of course, if you've been watching the stream, I always like to go down here to these frickin' hell spawned, the hell tormentor and like the tormented soul. And you could drop these baddies into any old campaign that you're playing. But we recommend giving the Svilland campaign setting a try. So if you want to win a copy of this PDF, we're going to give one away tonight at the end of the stream. Just type !drawing and you'll be entered to win.
Drawing, yes.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to DRS.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you.
They are the DRSiest.
That's true.
Yes. It feels so weird that that's all of our announcements again.
Oh, I got another one.
No, right?
I know it's not
Oh.
8:30 yet.
Wednesday nights. Check it out. Last night we had our second run of our Island of Endless Fog campaign that Michael's running, and we'll be running that for the next couple weeks on Wednesday nights. So come and check that out. It's been super fun, Michael. You're doing a great
Hey,
job, buddy. Super fun.
I'm doing my best not to TPK the party with wolves, but we'll
you
see what
should.
happens.
It was close. It was real. I mean, it might not even be over yet. We don't know. But anyhow,
Yeah,
that's
always
the
wolves.
last
do
one.
it. If you do it, then we can play a different game. We'll just have a bunch of like 2-session games. We'll call it sad D&D.
Oh, I played enough of that when I was younger.
D and sadness.
Sad and D.
You know how it goes. Anyway, awesome. That's great. Yeah, it's super fun. So join us for that. Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's do it. let's dive into, I think what they call this is the recap.
But it's French. It's actually raccoon.
Cool. I'll just say recap. All right. So as you may know, the party has been lost in the woods after their battle with some kind of angry, perhaps awakened, definitely ornery vines. They found themselves lost in the Rengorn Forest, which is a large, very large, haunted sort of woodland on the east end of Svilland. They are, of course, searching for Gurney Longstrider, a ranger of note, a named woman, because she may have a idea or a method or whatever, a plan perhaps for how they can pierce the fogs of Fogbear Village. As they made their way from sign to sign, finding their way, the forest, I think, as anyone will have figured out, was of course trying to stray them from their paths, break them up, that sort of thing individually, using those things wherein which each of them was perhaps could be persuaded, things like fears and regrets. The first sort of vision that we saw was Stieg's family farm, and there was a sort of willingness and welcomeness for them, for the party to join them for dinner and stay a while, perhaps, take your coat off, maybe put your feet up by the fire, that kind of thing, and just, not go outside ever again until you're dead. Or maybe not. Maybe something else would have happened, I guess. But some very apt persuading by the party, namely Astrid, pulled Stieg from his yearning, perhaps you could say, and they continued on for the day. As they took watches that night, Gunder discovered that he was, in fact, in the midst of a sort of vision of some kind, a scene, being on a scaffold, a number of others there around him, waiting to be executed. There was a woman that he recognized in the crowd. Perhaps it's not in my notes, but I'm pretty sure I remember pointing out that she may have been. I intimated that she may have been with child in the vision. I don't remember.
Oh, it wasn't missed. It wasn't missed at all. Don't worry.
It's not in these notes that I have. So I'm making sure that I remember that right. He, of course, was like, I've been dead for 10 years, and then proceeded to make some very nice saving throws and broke himself out of his reverie, as it were. Vidar had a vision as well on his watch, as the forest attempted to sway him. He saw a vision of his friends slain in battle. He saw his grandmother and a a female warrior, battle ready, perhaps a person of deific countenance, even greeting him to join them on the other side. There's some kind of undead thing or something that he shot at. I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember that part very well, but it happened.
It was supposed to be hell.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, the goddess Hel was trying to fuck with them, or an apparition thereof.
And he said, nah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to, do that. Although, don't picture the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, because you'll have to fight it.
Right.
Side
They
note.
never hurt
Just a
anybody.
side note, yeah. And then I believe as his watch was ending, a strange, well, not really strange, but strange to them, and a stranger appeared. A gray-haired, steel-eyed woman of the wood, who could hopefully could only be Longstrider. Hopefully it's not somebody else come to kill them, some evil vision of the forest. But yeah, I guess we'll find out right here on this week's episode of Midwinter Keening.
Bum bum bum.
Dun dun. Would it be bad? It would probably be bad if we got like the Law and Order stinger. So you know what I'm talking about?
Probably copyrighted.
I know it is copyrighted, but it'll be funny.
Sound effect.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so here we are. It is kind of the beginning, or perhaps beginning of the fourth watch, perhaps the last third of the third watch, because right? No,
Yeah.
or is this?
We did two watches,
Two
and
watches.
we never
So-
got to me or Stieg.
It's the middle of the night. And Vidar is finishing your watch. This woman has kind of made herself known in the very Batman way by just starting talking, and then you're like, oh shit, there's somebody here. Yeah, what do you do?
Do I recognize her?
Give me a let's do an intelligence. I would take a history roll if you're proficient in history.
I am not proficient. 10 total.
10. You've probably never met her directly, but you have heard description of her. And given the place, although of course the hour is strange, but given the place and the description, it's fair to say that you would assume that this is Gurney.
I guess I'm just kind of snapping out of this vision that I had,
Mhm.
right? Right when she starts talking, he'll knock an arrow and like turn as if to take aim to draw on her, and then realizing who it is, he will relax the bowstring and say,
Peace, boy.
"Peace to
I'm not
you.
your foe in this place."
I hope you are right, Gurney. Come to the fire."
Mm.
and he will walk around and kind of kick the boots of his companions that are still asleep to rouse them.
As soon as she crosses the threshold around our campfire, all these bells start going off.
That's right, because you cast alarm.
What is that?
Yep.
We all hear loud bells in our heads.
Bong, bong.
Ooh.
Actually,
Leap to our feet.
Stieg, what do those bells sound like? It's your spell.
Very Viking-like bells. They're like, clang, clang, just like cast iron, weird bells.
Okay.
Dramatic and deep.
Mm-hmm.
Quite
Nice.
loud, I imagine.
Not very melodic.
No. They'll wake you up, though.
God, where's my armor? What's going on?
Gunder, who was dozing by the fire, in fact, just squints. Gurney.
A couple of tents just quickly start rattling around.
Is this another apparition or is this the person?
No.
This is Gurney.
Yeah, she says, "Oh, I am as real as you will find here." She sits next to the fire, kind of holds her hands out, and warms them.
So what is your trick for not being ensorcelled by the forest?
I carry a talisman, and she kind of takes a poke at her kind of neckline, and you can see a necklace with a sort of quartz sizable quartz spar crystal, and there is you can see faint inscriptions upon it.
Arvidki should make some of those then. Also, they're awake, I think. She kind of stares over at the tent.
What's going on? Oh.
Astrid pops her head out, half dressed in armor, hair just sticking straight up. What's going on?
Gurney has found us before we could find her.
Thank God. I
Not a
could
moment too
not
soon.
take another hallucination.
Thought it was my dad again.
She chuckles a bit, and she says, "Yes, few things pass through my woods," she says, without my knowing.
What in the world caused all that? I mean, surely there's a cause of these hallucinations. Is it a creature? Is it a curse?
Oh man, hang on. Give me a sec. That's a great question. Let me go to page. I don't know that there's actually a given thing for this. She says, I'm not going to fucking dig for it. She says, it is, well known that the Rengorn is a broken and haunted place. The spirits who dwell here, the Landvitar, are damaged, perhaps broken,
Twisted. Mean. I look around out in the woods pointing.
She says the wars of old have been unkind indeed.
We'll
But
be
tell
safe
me-
now that we're with you.
Perhaps.
Yay.
She's, she says, w- you must be on some dire errand to come here.
It is
We
true.
are.
Michael, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
I'm great at this. Gunther just goes, "This is our idea of a vacation." Actually cracking a joke.
We seek to travel to the Fog Bearers village, Gurney, and Bror indicated that perhaps with your experience and knowledge you could guide us on our path to find the place. None of us having ever been there, we know it is dangerous. We seek someone, and that's where they are, we believe.
Fogbearer, you say?
It's true.
Well,
There's something very dangerous and nefarious at the Fogbearers village, and we've been tasked with undertaking it.
that sounds like a tale indeed. Perhaps not one for a weak fire's light in a haunted wood at midnight.
Beggars
I'm-
can't be choosers.
My cabin is not far distant. We could go there and speak, or go there and rest and then speak in the morning. I'm sure you're exhausted.
This seems well.
Yes, that would be good. We will gather our things.
Mm.
Vidar will help Stieg and Astrid and Gundar gather as best they can. The sooner we're out
Astrid
of
is
these
still
woods,
trying to smooth.
the better.
Astrid's still trying to smooth down her like totally rat nested hair after.
Just
like-
braid it. That's what I do to mine.
What I want to know is, Astrid, do you have a separate sleeping cap?
Cap.
Yeah.
What kind of hoity-toity thing do you think we have?
Stieg was sleeping with that wolf head on his head.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Getting that wisdom.
It's warm.
it stands to reason that folk who can make things for themselves probably have a bunch of really cool shit.
Well, and I think sleep caps are very historical for the period, just because it gets fucking cold. They're like, yep.
Yeah.
God dang it, Bobby.
Well,
Thanks for the follow. That's a great handle.
Yeah.
His name is. Oh wow!
God dang it,
Yes.
Bobby.
Dang it, Bobby.
That man's winning.
That is amazing.
The bomb.
Yeah. So you break camp, gather your things, and Gurney leads you through the woods to her place. You are struck by kind of the difference that you are seeing, albeit it's dark, so you're not able to see much unless someone has kept a brand. That's the word. Brand.
Yes, definitely kept
Yeah.
a brand to use as a torch.
But it's almost as if that there is a sort of bubble of not creepiness around you. right? Before, if you remember, before there was kind of a low fog, and there was kind of that air of haunting that kind of permeated the forest. In Gurney's wake, there's almost this kind of bubble of or area of normalcy as you walk, and you are struck by how expertly she moves. She makes almost no sound as she moves through the crunch of the snow when she walks seems muted.
Better than us.
Such is her skill. Yeah, you guys, it sounds like there's a whole legion behind you. Not really. It's not. I'm joking. It's not that bad. And you eventually, after probably about a brief hour's walk, although that might seem longer given the time, come to a small clearing. That with a sort of familiar looking kind of lodge, not a grand sort of hall like Gorm and his folk dwell in, more of us, more akin to like the farmers' homes, peat covered, or turf covered, and cozy. You can see a glow of a fire inside, and there's a sort of fence around the area, and she opens the gate, passes through, and kind of gestures you through.
Gurney,
Enter the guard.
Gurney,
go
do
ahead.
you live here alone?
Yes. Yes, I do. Stieg, you detect runes.
Runes. Where do I detect them?
There are runes here on the on the gate on this fence. You detect what's the distance on that again?
That's a good question. It might take me a second to look it up.
Son of a bitch. Roll initiative.
She
I got a
sees you
23.
eyeing up those runes.
You detect it doesn't matter. You also detect rune somewhere around the house.
That's interesting.
What's interesting?
She has runes protecting this place.
Do you think she's a wizard?
She definitely knows something about it.
I really wish we had some of those runes to take with us.
I was going to recommend our Vitki work on that.
30 feet.
30 feet.
Yes. Finally found the page with that on it.
Gurney, who made your necklace? Did you make it? Or
Mm.
did you have it made?
I received this as a gift. But I know how it is made.
If I had a quartz fire, could you make one?
Hmm. It is it isn't within my abilities to make such things. But I can direct you, I imagine, with Saman's apprentice here. He should be able to do so.
Steve, you still have one of those quartz bars that I gave you.
I do.
Yes.
This did come up, which is why
Oh,
I
yes.
remembered the word quartz spar.
Okay. I could try it.
Hmm.
It might take me some time.
Perhaps not what we need to be doing right now.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, it is
we
like
don't like being possessed,
the
but
middle of
you
that.
know, whatever.
You will be safe here. Steve, if you would make, go ahead and give me like a Arcana roll, Steve.
+6.
Hmm.
That's a 25.
Ooh, nice.
Damn, yo.
Nice. There we go. So you detect, let's see, you detect a, where is it?
This is Chad's suspense algorithm at work right here.
Yep. Yep. This is
Yes,
this is
yes.
Scrolling,
What is
scrolling
it?
through PDFs.
It's like
Steve,
just,
Steve, you detect Odal, the
Odal.
rune of borders, as well as Wunjo, or however you say it, the rune of binding.
Unjo.
Ah, I see. I think I could make something like that. I need more time though.
She says, yes, we can speak on these things now, or perhaps you would enjoy a rest. You're safe here in my home.
May we at least enter the cabin first?
Oh, sorry.
We are
haven't done
all
we
that.
did
standing
that
in the
already.
yard in the middle of the night in the dead of winter.
I thought we were inside already.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. My bad. Yes. Yeah, she opens the door and ushers you in. And this is a little smaller perhaps than that, than the loneliest cabin, than the loneliest farmstead in the north, but of a similar sort of build. There's essentially kind of 2 rooms and then a small upper floor, a small loft sort of. And it's, it's full of, I don't know, woodsman-y shit, right? The stuff that Vider is used to seeing, a variety of skis and snowshoes in various stages of wear or repair. There's a number of, there's like stacks of arrows in various stages of craft. Not a lot of, like, I guess, city kind of homey stuff. It's pretty sparse for kind of personal effects other than like tools and equipment and gear. She says, you're free to spread your mats here on the floor, or I can warm some ale or mead.
Perhaps we should sleep first to see if we awaken from nightmares to find ourselves lost in another clearing in the woods and this was all another dream.
Yes, maybe we should finish sleeping.
She looks at you knowingly, Gundar, and says, that's a safe bet.
Vidar's already sleeping.
Nice.
A man of action.
Astrid will just quietly take out her whittling stuff and, like, without even saying it, resume third watch. So she's just gonna like sit next to the fire and like just start kind of like working on her project as the rest of them kind of bed down.
Gunther just kind of gives Astrid a nod and, curls back up to sleep.
Gurney is kind of she's like doffing her gear, and she has like a I guess an armor. She has an armor stand, so it's like a wooden cross that she takes off, kind of a hauberk and puts it down on there and sets what numerous knives and weapons that she had carried with her, and kind of kicks the fire a bit and goes to tuck herself in, and she says, you are safe here. Nothing will protrude on us past the gate. Sleep if you like.
It's it's a little hard to get back to sleep after everything that happened, and I would just feel better to just make sure everyone else is all right. I please do not take offense. After the experience we have had, yeah, having this all be a pleasant dream that we wake or don't wake up it from is a very real possibility.
I understand. Well, I'll see you in the morning. And what's your name?
Astrid.
It's nice to meet you, Astrid. And
it is wonderful to meet you as well. We are most thankful for your hospitality.
And she tucks in, rolls over, and snores really loud. Like really loud. There are reasons some people.
We're all really tired, though. I don't know. Golden Girl singing it off in the Rengorn sounds pretty awesome.
Also true. Yeah, you pass your night, your watch unhindered, undisturbed, in fact, by any crazy things that would be happening outside.
Okay. What do I make? Can I do a performance
Fucking
roll?
A, you can. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. I'm so used to having a rollable character sheet now. I've been spoiled. Oh, yeah. Give it to me. I just rolled a 19.
Woo!
Wow, yeah.
Nice.
And then I closed my character sheet instead of opening it.
I've never done that before.
I've
right.
done that both
Yeah.
in this form and in Roll20. So
Just that perfect thing where you click over to it and you're like, nope, that was the X button.
Yep.
So many sheets. Performance, so +2.
21, nice. Yeah, describe for us what amazing piece of whittled art you do in fact make.
Oh man. I think that I will have whittled a wolf.
Mm.
Um,
Full body
And-
or bust?
oh, like a little like, wolf figurine.
Nice.
It's just a widow wolf.
It's probably, like a wolf. Like
Yeah.
not, making things tiny is pretty
Took
hard.
me a minute,
actually,
Michael. It took me a
find
minute.
details.
You son of a bitch. That was good. You've stepped it up since the pre-show. I'll just say.
Quietly sit here.
I didn't get it either.
I didn't get it.
That's okay.
Okay.
Missed it.
But I
We'll
have an
we'll
awesome
debrief.
wolf.
Yeah, you carved a pretty amazing wolf. And your watch goes uneventful.
Okay. Then I will, once I think that my watch is kind of done, I will walk over to Stieg and I'll poke him.
Yeah.
Your turn. Your
Oh.
turn.
We're still doing that. Okay. I'm up.
Do you want to die in your sleep?
Okay. No, I'm fine. Okay, I'm good. I'll get
And
up and
then I-
start just kind of have groggily start collecting my spell resources and
Okay.
recharging my rune stone while I do my watch.
What do you have to do for
I'll
that
grab
again?
my little blanket.
I kind of forgot. It was like spend time with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I always forget. I always
I'm gonna have
ask
to-
you, and then I'm like, "Oh, what do you have to do for that?" I got it right here.
Is this like a
In order-
pet rock or just
In
like
order to recharge this runestone, you must
Okay.
expend a number of spell slots equal to the number of charges
Oh.
it has,
Youch. Okay.
and it
I-
has
Has three or
Three.
4?
3 charges.
Okay. Well, I will expend a spell slot to recharge 1. I had used 2.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. Anything else you do on your watch?
I really should have done that before I went to bed, but that's for next time.
That's okay.
Nope, just hanging out. Thinking about how I could possibly make that medallion.
Okay. Give me an Arcana roll.
Character sheet. Ooh, not as good. 13.
30, I mean, that's still pretty good, but 7. You've seen Stieg make, or I'm sorry, you've seen Saymond rather make empowered runestones before. Not unlike, not as nice as the one that you carry now, but you've maybe never not yet done it yourself, but you have an idea on the sorts of things that you need to do, that you would need, that would be required for its making. Of course, part of it will depend on taking a look at what specifically what she is wearing. But yeah.
Okay. Like what she's wearing in terms of like how it's fabricated, like
Yeah,
what it's
because
made of?
I feel like, right, like, if we're considering, right, like these runestones are essentially magic items, and hers, what she is, so like mechanically what she has is more like a traditional magic. It is a runes, it has runes on it, but it's more of a like a traditional type of D&D magic item, as opposed to like what you have, that the rune of magic that you have, right? Whereas that's a rune stone that is a magic item.
So this would be something that could potentially like take weeks to make.
No, it's not gonna. It won't take. I mean, it'll be very similar. I mean, you'll carve it, and there'll be things that you'll need to do. But I think, like in my head, I picture like this kind of item creation with runes. Some of the, I guess we could say, reagents that you might use to help imbue these items with power beyond simply carving a rune of power in them is a little bit dependent on what the runes are, right? From a sort of thought process of power begets power, and same and same, right? So if a rune is, for instance, say like the rune Isa of ice, right? You might be required to, maybe there's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of flower that only blooms in Midwinter, or some cool fucking D&D shit like that, right? But yeah, so yeah, and you don't necessarily detect what she's wearing as a rune because it's more of a regular kind of magic item. But those runes that you did detect are the one on the gate and the one on the house.
Right. Okay.
If all of that made sense. Yay.
Sort of. Yes.
Okay, cool. As long as it kind of made sense, I think we're okay. You get the gist. Yeah, and otherwise, your watch will pass uneventful here in Gurney's house.
I'll just be doing stuff like stoking the fire and making sure things are prepared for when people wake up.
You don't want to like check under her benches or
No, I'm not going to snoop.
There might be some tombs out back.
You don't want to dig in her catacombs and look under the look. Is there anything under the table?
No, I'm not going to snoop too much.
Okay. Yeah, you stoked the fire and everything goes great. Gurney, she'll wake probably like halfway through your watch or so. And kind of sits up from her bed and nods to you wherever it happens to be that you're sitting or standing at the time. And she says, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Thanks for letting us stay here.
Mm.
You have a nice home.
It is humble, but thank you. You're Stieg,
Yes.
Sabin's apprentice.
Yes, I am.
Hmm.
Do you know Seamond well?
Not well.
He is pretty old. Everybody knows him.
Yes.
He's been
We-
around a long time.
Yeah. We've had some drinking games over the years.
Has Gertie dated everyone?
No,
She
no.
just drinks with everybody.
Yeah.
All right, I'm like, so Gorm and Stig's Winter.
He does like his
All right.
does like his drinks, that's for sure.
Yeah. I can smell it on you.
Hey,
Oh,
let's
boy.
let's not kink shame Gurney.
I'm gonna start nervously prestidigitating my cloak.
You find a spot.
That was it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been out and about a lot.
You distinct you have a brief flashback of Gundar, or I'm sorry, of Vidar, like passed out on the hem of your cloak in Sigmund's hut, Samon's hut before the fight. When you guys were had been drinking. So maybe that was his drool. Maybe.
Found a piece of venison in my pocket.
Little jerky, just emergency snacks.
We ran out of that house really quickly.
Pocket venison. Everybody's
Right.
Yeah, she'll get up and kind of dress a bit more than just her under tunic, and starts making kind of throw some more logs on the fire and kind of goes about getting breakfasty sort of things to get. She gets a pot of water going and she goes outside and comes back with a haunch of some kind of meat.
At what point do the rest of us wake up?
Realistically, whenever you like after now.
Well, gonna just.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
You're being assaulted by bacon smells.
You're muted again.
Oh yeah, I had the same problem Kirk does with clicking on the wrong place. Does it matter what I add to a natural one? Is it going to be high enough?
No, because I just wanted to make you sweat.
Well, it justifies the fact that I was thinking Gundar didn't sleep well anyway. Gundar didn't sleep well anyway. Just,
Okay. Yeah. You you kind of look about, maybe a little worried then that things are strange. Obviously, you've only been here in the middle of the night. But yeah, you tick all the boxes, whatever that checklist is in your head, to make sure this is all real.
Deeg,
Oh, you're awake.
how much can you lift?
You'd be amazed.
Okay, you're real. Oh. And just kind of reaches over and vaguely shakes Astrid and shakes Vidar to wakefulness.
Mm.
Have you
Is it morning
f-
already?
have you filled in Gurney on what has been happening in Molgor?
So I just woke up.
Oh, not too much. I don't know where we've been. Just making small talk, I guess. I figured I'd wait till you guys woke up.
Gurney,
see
we have a
she's-
bit of a story for you.
She's kind of by the fire. You can smell some venison cooking. You smell some pork as well. There's the sizzle,
pork.
of fat on a fire.
We are all
Um,
bacon.
We are all bacon.
We are all bacon.
Vidar will endeavor to tell the story of the kidnappings and the waterfall encounter with the possessed girl, bringing her back to Molgor, the fight that took place in the village, and look into Astrid and Gundr and Stieg at times for them to jump in if they decide they want to help tell the story, but definitely filling her in on what happened.
Gundr actually, once he's awake and moving and Vidar starts to talk, we'll try and go over and just, motion to Gurney that he'll cook, he'll take care of the serving. You listen, do whatever you need to.
She she makes the appropriate motions or whatever. I don't know. As you tell the story, she's like, oh, that's not good. Oh, fuck. Oh yeah, like, and she says, these are dire times. Dire times indeed.
And that is why we seek to have your assistance in the next leg of our quest to track down this Mavnus and put him down.
She says, I remember this Mavnus. I was young when this happened, but I remember it. He was perhaps we should have the Jarl, our elders should have acted differently. Alas.
Why was he only exiled?
He has a certain level of status.
Well, he is an outlaw.
Does he have a brother or a sister in the town still? Or some other family?
None that I know of. No. This is troubling indeed. It's been some time, many years since I've been to Fogbearer, and I've only been there twice.
I'm a little concerned because we were told that it was easier to come here and make sure that we had a way of finding Fogbearer's village, and this was really hard and dangerous.
Well,
I almost had dinner with my family.
Truly no worse fate.
That
Yes.
would have been bad.
she says, that's it.
And perhaps in the afterlife.
The forest wanted you to have
Yeah.
the forest.
Yeah.
The spirits here
Oh, that is strange.
pick strange.
You almost froze
strange
to
things.
death while having dinner with your family.
She nods. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. That makes sense. She says, well, we can get you a amulet made like the one I carry.
Oh, that would be great.
Mm.
I could. Yes.
She says, did you mention that spar out loud, or was that like
I
a
probably
a-
did. I
a
probably said, "Do you
caca
still have that
moment.
cork?" I think I probably did. I probably said
Okay.
out loud, "Do you have that quartz spar that I gave you?"
She says, "You have some quartz, some spar."
Yes. In my bag. Somewhere in my pack. I'll go start rummaging through it, trying to find
You
The
find
bottom
it.
with the
spell
crumbs.
components.
You find it.
Yeah.
Roll a d20 for how many hours it takes to find it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You want to dig through your pack to find your stuff? I have a table for that.
What else do I find?
You pull it out and set it down on the table. And she looks at it and kind of scratches her face. At this point, you all have some cuts of meat, kind of a weak sort of root stew, some pine needle tea, perhaps, and she said it. She kind of scratches, takes a sip of her tea, and kind of lets out a sigh. She takes off her piece and sets it down, and you can see that there is a marked difference between these two pieces. She says, you could try to replicate what I have here on your piece, but you may need a different piece. You can see that while your piece, by all intents and purposes, would be considered a much more desirable piece for things, it is clear. Hers has a bit of a kind of a yellowish greenish tinge to it. It's a little cloudier. It's not quite as clear as yours.
Bad kitten.
Come again?
I was yelling about a cat. Gunder's like still not awake. It's just bad kitten.
No, I'm muted. Because when you needed to be muted, you weren't muted this time.
Oh.
Okay.
So the as I'm kind of like nosily watching this, do I remember the different pieces of quartz that we had found being any different, or were they all very similar?
I think the ones that you found were all from the same kind of.
Oh, like they had broken.
Well, not necessarily all from the same like piece, but you found them all as like one unit, right? Or I should say,
Yeah,
in like one finding.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They're all pretty similar.
Okay.
She says, while I did not make this, I know where this came from, and it might be that is part of the power to do what this does.
Okay. So can I try it with the one we have, or do we need to go?
Hell
find the
yeah,
other
man.
quartz? Okay.
Fuck
So
yeah.
I'll see if it works.
Okay. So give me to begin with, give me an Arcana roll as you kind of take a look at what she has and kind of reverse engineer it.
As he's like really like focusing on it, I'm just gonna like tap his shoulder and say, "You can do it," and I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Well, I rolled a 2 for a total of 8. But with guidance, what is it? A D4?
D4.
Right. Oh, 9. Mm.
Just like awkwardly walk off to the other room.
It's okay, Stieg.
No, I got it. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, try it again.
It's like this for
I dropped
everybody
the
their
cork.
first time. Yeah, you you have an idea. You're not 100% sure based on that roll. You think you know, you think you have an idea how you could replicate this, what goes into it. You're not, you're like 80% sure. You know, you think mathematically that perhaps if you would have rolled like a 12, you would have been 100% sure.
I think I can do this without setting the
I
cap.
think I can. I think I can.
Are you going to try it?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast guidance again on him.
So good,
That's
that-
teamwork.
That's safe, yeah. First, Steve, give me a do you actually, let me ask, do you have, what
I
do you
do
have for spellcasting implements?
I have rune scribing tools.
You have rune scribing tools. Good.
Don't know exactly what those do, but
That's
I
okay.
have those.
They're used for scribing runes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you have like a component pouch? Did we cover any of that? I never remember. It's been so long now.
I mean, I do have spells that require some components. The only real fancy one is the diamond.
right.
The other ones, so yes, I do have a component pouch. It's pretty mundane stuff though, for the most part.
I mean, yeah. Give me a D20 roll.
Right.
Okay. You think you have the things that you need to do this. Please give me an Arcana roll.
Right. Do I still have guidance?
Yeah.
You do.
Right.
And you could tell me that it's a cantrip, so I can guidance you as many times as you need.
All day long.
All right, here we go. Yeah, 23.
There we go. Plus,
Plus the
17 plus
guidance.
6. Oh, plus
The
guidance.
guidance.
never don't roll the
Ooh,
guide. There you
27.
go.
All right. You spend excuse me. You spend probably like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours you spend meticulously carving this these runes into this amulet, into this piece of quartz, you take a variety of components that you have, and some you use with you mix with, say, like a kind of watered down sap to almost make like a sticky kind of polish. Some you burn and then rub the ash into the runes as you scribe. And at the end, you have an amulet that, while it doesn't look the same, because it is, of course, as I had mentioned, is not the same color. It's not the same sort. It will is functionally, the carvings are almost identical. It's almost like you had carved the one she has and then carved this one.
Why we roll the D4?
Simon has taught you well.
Thank you. Yeah, it turned out very well, I think. I think this will work.
Is that the first one you've made? The first rune you've scribed?
I think so. I don't usually do it. Well, I do it a little.
Good job.
I practiced.
I feel like
It's nice.
I feel like there should be some kind of other. What kind of spell slots do you have?
First and second.
How many second level spell slots do you have?
4.
For use all of them.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like there should probably be some kind of
Expenditure.
Yeah, some kind of expenditure of actual magical resources.
But I thought the real magic was the friends we made along the way.
You should have been.
Yeah, tell that to the ghosts in the fucking woods.
Yeah, we haven't made that many friends
Sacrifice one
along the
of
way. I don't think.
Yeah.
They were trying to kill us with kindness.
that they were.
Well, some of us.
So let's do this. You feel great. You made this thing. It looks pretty good. You feel pretty good about it.
Mm-hmm.
So good, in fact, that the lot of you level up.
Who wants to wear it?
Yeah. So let us use
I
this
swear
time.
it won't blow up.
Wait,
So let's use this time. Let us take perhaps a repast for our bodies. Refill of beverages. I'm drinking this Untitled Art S'mores Stout. Holy shit! I need another one.
I definitely went
probably-
through about a
probably
shot and a
don't.
half of coffee liqueur moonshine. So
But let us
Ooh.
take a repast, a break, as it were, perhaps of 10 minutes. When we come back, we will deal with a brief bit of level up mechanic-y stuff that we need to do, and then or some of that can happen depending on when people return to their mics, and then we'll carry on with our night.
Oh yeah.
You said we're leveling up, right?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes, I did.
Proficiency bonuses went up at level 5.
I actually
That's
all day I meant to text you and be like, hey, prepare to level up. And then I
totally
just kept forgetting to do it. Yeah. So you're level 5 now? 5?
Yeah.
Nice.
I gained 3rd level spells.
Nice.
Oh no.
I do too. I haven't looked at any of them.
I get
Yeah,
second
neither
level
have I.
spells.
That's good. Yeah. That's going to take me a minute. I probably won't do that like while we're. And I'll probably need to encounter them somewhere, I guess. But
I get an extra attack.
Yeah.
all the numbers change.
Yeah, everybody's numbers change. 5th level is such a glorious level. A level where everyone finally comes into their own.
Their own what?
I don't know. State of existence, state of being, perhaps.
I don't get that much at level 5, but I do get that destroy undead feature, which probably would help us.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
big.
pretty
as
good.
long as-
And
It's pretty
third level
badass.
spells are nothing to balk at.
well, that's
Yeah.
that's like a domain feature.
Mhm.
I can prep an extra
Yeah.
cantrip now.
Oh, you get a second. Oh, you get a
Ooh.
fourth cantrip.
Well, I don't know if part of my rune path
Mm-hmm.
it's just one. Okay. Oh, it's just the first, second. It's just the spell levels. It's not the cantrips that I get an extra one of. How did I have? Oh,
Yeah, because you have 4 cantrips at 4th level, and you don't get a 5th cantrip until 10th level. But now you have runic purge.
yes.
Sounds dangerous, and I love it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, the cantrip didn't change. So I had 4 before. Yeah. But now I can make runes useless.
Mhm. Oh, you've got a rune.
Oh, you're a dick.
I could totally
That's-
purge her gates and screw her
That's
over.
cute.
Just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
What does insults to spirit do?
Oof.
Hopefully
Probably
fun thing.
agonizes.
Is that a spell?
It's got to be a new gothy spell.
Mm.
Insults to spirits.
Sounds
Oh,
amazing.
That just sounds so good.
I need just to make sure I'm doing this right and reading this correctly. Chad, would you go to page 92 in the revised Svilland campaign setting book?
Yep. 92.
Oh.
Okay.
If I'm understanding this correctly, it says oath spells. Oath
Striking
endorsed.
ray and shocking grasp.
Shocking grasp is a cantrip.
Interesting.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
cool taking that, but I just wanted to say that out loud that I got a cantrip, it appears, and that's a thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Paladin with a cantrip. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes for now. I'll send them a message and make sure that's what they intended, because of course, as is in the case of many things, to include official Wizards Dungeons and Dragons products, there are typos and incorrect
Well,
things.
Yeah, it could be an a la of Thor thing because it's like lightning.
I mean, it
damage.
does make, and it is a 5th level. Like you're not getting a
Yeah.
cantrip until 5th level. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's a touch. It's ranged touch.
It is.
So it's like
Yeah.
you got to be up close to use
And
it.
I also get access to that other spell on my spell list is Striking Ray, which is unique to the setting. It's a 2nd level spell. You call down 4 rays of branch lightning from the skies and direct them at targets within range. One target or several. Make a ranged spell attack for each branch. On a hit, the target takes 2d4 lightning damage.
Whoa,
That's
an
awesome.
ass.
That's some fucking metal.
Insults to Spirit is fucking awesome. The
What
first
page is it
sentence,
on?
it's on page 136. The first sentence of that spell is, you choose a target within range and show it the injustices faced by Balder. That target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be stunned for the duration. It can repeat its save at the end of each of its turn.
It's a stun. Holy shit.
That's
It's
amazing.
a stun for up to a minute concentration. But just
Whoa.
Wow.
this is all the bad shit that has happened to my god. Fuck off.
I loved the ending of The Crow.
Exactly. Exactly. Do Rangers get anything at specific other than a 2nd attack at level 5?
2nd level spells.
Hmm.
I learned 1 new spell, so I'm gonna
Nice,
take
nice.
Pass Without a Trace.
It's a good choice.
Nothing quite as dramatic as the others, it seems, but that's all right.
No, that is a good workman-like spell. You will get a great deal of mileage out of, unless your party is still very loud and the wolves are around them.
Yeah, that was a wasted spell slot.
Hey, they rolled real high because they had advantage to find you guys because wolves.
That's true. They have advantage on smell-based things.
As they should.
Awesome. How did everyone roll for hit points?
Oh, I forgot to do that.
Haven't yet, actually.
I haven't either.
So it's the hit point plus con, right?
3.
Yes.
Seven.
Plus 4.
Way to go, Gunder.
Somebody rolled a 10.
Hell yeah.
That's a total of 13 more hit points, bringing Gunder's maximum to 54 hit points.
Nice.
Oh man.
I have 37 hit points.
I have 43.
You're supposed to be hiding behind Gunder.
Got 5 more hit points for a total of 34.
Nice.
I just
Yeah, yeah.
barely have more hit points than the wizard.
The caster.
It's okay though, because I have played a sorcerer who had more hit points than our fighter. Now,
That burns.
now that being said, I was a hill dwarf and I did have 18 constitution. And I had like I had +6 to hit points every level.
It's cool.
Because hill dwarfs get a +1, and then dragon sorcerers get a +1 to hit points.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's gross. So it's not necessarily bad that you only have about as many hit points as the wizard, unless he's a shitty wizard. Then it would be bad. But Stieg is a pretty cool wizard, so you know.
I mean, my stats aren't great though.
Trying to make her feel good about it. Why you got to ruin it? All right, so you have leveled up. Fantastic. Stieg, obviously, choosing spells as it were, is it can be a time-consuming thing. So I'm not necessarily worried about it exactly right now. So don't worry about that. Yeah. So you have crafted this item, this amulet of it is a combination of protection and of variation of like true sight. It kind of gives you it's a combination of being able to give you of protecting against these spirits and these beguiling influences, as well as part of it is being able to see through such things.
That looks useful.
Nice. Does anybody want to wear it?
Perhaps you should wear it and we will cluster about you.
Okay. I'll start fashioning. If I haven't already, I'll start, because I just made the stone, right? Basically the carving.
Right. Yep.
So I'll kind of start fashioning like some kind of like leather.
What have the rest of us
strap
been doing
to
all day?
Make a necklace out of it.
That's a good question.
Well,
what have you been doing? You're
A
just sitting
combination
around,
of
Steve?
casting guidance on him every couple of minutes. and maybe whittling. I don't know. I have one hobby.
Spamming Stieg with guidance.
You're all just kind of sitting around like, no, Stieg, a little bit to the left.
I guess Gunder has just been helping out around the farmstead however he can.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I tell what patron she follows? If she follows a patron, is it like new gods, old gods, any specific god?
Oh, sure. Yeah, give me. Oh, I don't know. Give me a perception roll.
It's a natural one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hang on. Let me go to the list of gods here. Let me just make sure.
I'm real busy.
What was your total? What's your total?
Okay, so my perception is +4, but it was a natural one, so that is 5.
I've still beat one.
You see it kind of in various kind of specific in various kind of specific places around her house, perhaps in places where you might expect them. You see a variety of figurines of different deities. You see perhaps, I think, the obvious that there is there are figurines of Scotty and Uller, but you also see a figurine of Heimdall. You see a shrine to Odin, and you see a shrine to oh, okay, never mind. You don't see that one. Oh wait,
You see nothing.
that person's dead. Never mind. You see a shrine to Freya as well.
There's a lot of shrines in a house.
Looks by yourself out in the woods. You need all the help you can get.
Well, you live in a haunted wood. Yeah.
I guess you don't want to offend anyone.
gets lonely.
Yeah, she kind of goes about her day, kind of leaves you to it for now as you're kind of in the depths of crafting, and spend some time, perhaps gathering some more wood. If Gunder is indeed kind of doing stuff around, then she'll gladly take a help, and the two of you kind of go off and fell a tree or two and kind of haul it back and cut some wood and add it to the generous pile that she has. And
Gunder is unfortunately one for companionable silence, so he's not going to try and get anything out of her. He's just, yeah.
As a woman who is old and lives in the woods, she is down with that.
We get along great.
Yeah. Vidar, is there anything during this time that you would find yourself doing?
Oh, I imagine Vidar would be deep in thought about the vision that he had, and is probably sitting just outside most of the day, sort of Iceland, sort of perched nearby, maybe watching him, possibly concerned about him. He's got the talisman that his grandmother gave him in his hand, clenched tightly. He'd probably spend quite a bit of time doing that throughout the day.
Okay.
And then helping out, as needed. And maybe speaking with Gurney a bit about what to expect in the Fogbear's village.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you catch her. Maybe she's taking a bit of a break, having a steaming pint, as or draught, whatever you want to say. And yeah, ask. Let's role play this out.
Gurney, I'm curious what we might expect going forward. The village itself, I've heard only rumors. You've been there. How difficult will it be to find a man within the ruins?
It is much like the Rengorn. The spirits of that place have been bent, perhaps to, or I should say more than the Rengorn has been, is a place broken. Fogbear is a place where the spirits of that place have been bent to a will, to keep those of us Svillanders out. The atrocities of the Bear King run deep, and the cooning and the cedar of the time were not kindly. It, in some ways, the Rengorn can be a kindness. It oft seeks to lead us astray with things we might desire. Fogbear can be a bit more direct.
Are there ways that we can implore safe passage from the gods, the spirits who dwell there?
If that amulet your friend is making is as mine, it will help to uncloud your vision as the spirits will seek to cloud it as you travel. But there are guardians, spirits of land, of air, of ancestor who are bound to protect that place from those of our blood. Such is their vengeance against the Bear King. It is said, and the times that I was there did not necessarily see it so directly, but it is said that there are still folk who dwell there. If you listen in the right places, you hear the strangest of things. I know. I have not seen them. I did face things in the mists while I was there. Terrible spirits, undead beasts, guardians, things bound to serve there. Whatever this Mavnos has brought with him or is seeking there, that, of course, I have no direct knowledge, but that amulet should at least give you a more even path. Though it seems as you have faced a number of enemies of all kinds from all manner of realms.
We have seen some terrible things these past weeks. I anticipate that we will see worse on the journey that lies ahead. Could you join us?
That would be a convenient thing, would it not? But no, my place is here. There are things here that I guard indeed against as well.
Of course. I understand. I had to ask. You understand that?
I do. I was once of such an age and deed.
I feel as though I've aged many seasons in a short bit of time. Well,
I understand that.
Thank you for the hospitality and saving us from the Rengorn.
You're welcome. Now, tell me, what of Gorm? How's that old badger?
I believe he is well. I have not spent time with him for a bit. I am no longer living with Gorm. But the Rangers have been very busy protecting those on the outskirts of town from incursions of this foul plague, Draugr, and the denizens of hell that seem to be springing up all over the place.
Trying times indeed.
But he is Gorm.
That he is.
He always finds a way to survive.
And she kind of sits, drinks the last of her beverage, and looks across the yard and says, "Young Gunder, it's my turn with that axe." And
I'm not that young, but I would not stand in your way either.
she kind of lets out a hearty laugh as as she crosses the yard and takes her turn cutting the woods.
At which point Gunder will go back and he'll sit down next to Vidar, whose name I couldn't remember for a second. Just kind of. Do you think we have what we need?
You will have to ask Stieg. I believe he's crafting something important. I
What did we
have what I need.
Then that is what we came for.
Actually, I kind of put a lot into this project, and I think we should stay one more night.
I was not suggesting we leave now.
Oh,
I was seeing how Vidar was. He was quiet.
It would behoove us to leave in the morning rather than now. Yes, I think that
Traveling
is.
the night through this wood does not sound good, no matter what.
We've already tried that.
Astrid, are you okay?
Yes, it's safe here. Nothing has tried to kill us recently. It's lovely. Though we shouldn't dally too long, as you know, there may be another attack on the village if we wait.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought
I
of
know.
that. Hang on, let me write that down.
I merely ask. I know several of us were shown things by the spirits to disturb us. I do not know if you had such an experience and wanted to make sure you were okay.
Oh, I do not need spirits to show me something that disturbs me.
I was going to say something about you being scarier than the woods, but these are all good answers. She kind of pats Vitar on the shoulder and goes in to start working on dinner.
Just to clarify something, did we get the information we needed from her on how to get to this place? Because that was another piece of information that we needed.
Oh yes.
So I imagine that Vidar would have asked. Well, he asked her about that and a little bit about what they could do to make an offering or to appease the spirits, which she indicated that the thing that Stieg is working on, the runestone, would be helpful for much of that. But one of the things that we came here for was for her to tell us how to get there.
Yeah,
That's right. That's
So
right.
Vidar would have,
it moved
Vidar
around.
would have asked that.
Right. You would be able to use that item to sort of cut through the spiritual bullshit, as it were, to get there for sure. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for clarifying.
Yes.
Astrid, you're carving some more.
Yeah, I mean, since I
You
had to
you had
stay near
mentioned that you might do
Stieg
that.
while he worked, and I was kind of assisting. But I figure, I wasn't just constantly casting guidance. Like, he'd work for a while, and then I'd cast guidance, and they work for a while, right? So I figure I have time to maybe carve something else.
Give me a
Okay.
roll.
All right. Oh yeah, natural
Fire.
20.
Woo!
That's
So
funny.
good.
I was really
And,
ready for it to be a natural one. The way
I
the
know,
VTC
right?
has been.
So 22.
Wow, yeah. What is this? What is this carving?
I'm gonna carve another little boulder guy, and then I'm gonna sneak it into her menagerie of gods.
I love it.
All right,
Nice.
all right. So my question would be, where would you put it?
Probably to the back or somewhere not really obvious.
Okay. Give me a give me a sleight of hand roll.
Okay. Oh, pretty good. I
Wow.
rolled an 18.
Wow.
Woo! There we go.
Woo. 19.
Ooh.
Hot damn. All right. Yeah, you carve a little balder fig, and yeah, you hide it. You tuck it away there.
I mean, not totally hidden, but
No.
this has always been here. It looks very
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In a place that is its due. Yeah, and Stieg, you finish your crafting. And as I said before, you feel great about it because you rolled fucking really good. You spent
I
some
feel great about
points and
this.
stuff, yeah.
All right.
Are you sure it will work?
Yes.
Have you tested it?
I'm mostly sure. Do you want to try it?
If Gurney says it will work, it
It'll
should work.
How
Can we
do
try?
you test it?
Feel it.
I imagine you walk out into the woods and see what happens.
Hmm.
We'll test it on the way out then, I suppose.
I mean, I could cast something on you, and maybe what kind of thing does it protect against?
Good things usually don't happen after somebody says that. Mm,
You
It's
just
so-
stand there and I'll
Ah,
cast something on
hmm.
you.
mm,
I once played that game with my mentor. It did not end well.
yeah, Seaman used to do all sorts of. I don't know.
Just flashbacks.
Maybe later.
Flashbacks are getting lit on fire.
The horrible saving throws.
Mm.
I guess we could put it on. I could put it on, and I'll step outside the gate, and it just grab me if I start walking off, calling after my father or something.
Oh, okay.
I
You'll-
stand on the good side of the gate and I just push him outside the gate.
Ah,
You will have to spend an hour attuning to it,
oh, let's not do that yet.
Oh,
but then you can do this after you've attuned
Okay.
to it.
All
Yeah.
right. We'll experiment in a little bit.
Yeah.
I have to get used to it first.
So yeah, so you step out, you attune to it, you spend some
Okay.
time,
Hmm.
and
Does it feel the same as it felt
You s-
walking
you-
around with her?
you step out of the gate. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, here we go. 12.
12. When you cross the threshold, in this case, of the gate, you can feel the kind of oppression, right, of the haunting of this forest begin to press in, not like it did when you were as a babe, right, when you were unprotected, but you also feel that this is not what her amulet is.
Hmm.
You know, her amulet, like there was like a space given, you know, as a column of men perhaps across, you know, a sizable area. What you have here is perhaps an arm's length of space. But you don't see your father, so that's good.
Always a bonus.
Always a bonus.
See any sheep? All right. I'll go back in.
As you reach for the gate, you hear but a soft braying of sheep across the wind. Steeg.
Oh, just ignore it. Steeg comes back into the gate and just visibly shudders a little bit.
Yeah, as soon as you step back across the threshold, it is that slight weight, right? Because it's not the full weight, but that slight weight is lifted, and
It works. It works.
You shuddered there.
Yeah, it's not quite as powerful as hers. So I think we'll have to stay close together. It might be we won't be able to travel quite the same way we did on the way in.
Well, it is perhaps best to stick together anyway.
Yeah, a couple of us will just have to be side by side, just very close to me. But it'll work.
she kind of calls from a bit across. She's kind of been watching, but hasn't necessarily kind of come over as perhaps as the lot of you had been kind of gathered around, waiting to see how this was going. But she observed it nonetheless, and she says, "Not quite the same."
Yes, a little different. Not as wide of an effect. Yours covers more ground.
She says, I'm not perhaps as knowledgeable in these things as others, but It may be the stone.
Hmm.
I could tell you where to get some.
That might be helpful.
This may be a needful thing depending on how far afield we have to go.
There is a near-ish in the Molgroth. There is an old place, a seat of power, perhaps, where crystals such as these jut from the ground as trees. Perhaps you could journey there and harvest what you need to craft a more potent ward. But that would take some time, and I understand your time is perhaps...
It does not
brief.
matter if we cannot get through to find and stop Madness. It will all be for naught.
Do I know where that is? Molgroth.
Yeah, that's the mountain range to
Oh.
the north. Perhaps if I
think I remember
do one
the-
of these on the VTT, but ow!
Oh, I
So
see.
you are currently a bit kind of north and east of the edge of the map. So of Molgor, which is the kind of the large town here.
Can you ping it again?
Yeah.
Always trying to remember how to ping. And the Molgrath is the mountain range. She says the nearest peak to here, beneath that peak, is a place where these a grove of crystals of sorts, where these sprout from the earth, from the mountains itself.
And Chad, I believe our characters would know this, but like kind of on this map, where is Fogbearer?
So Fogbearer is, I guess, technically probably not on this map. It is probably, maybe we could say, around the space, the distance of one of those foothill icons to the left of that leftmost foothill icon at kind of the tip of the Red River.
So it is not that far out of our way.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
It could
yeah,
be
you
on
got-
the way.
Yeah.
I believe it should be now.
It is a treacherous journey, to be sure, but perhaps efficacy would make it necessary.
If you think that is the best course, Gurney, forward, then we should go there. But in the meantime, we know that Madness connives and plans, and well, we must be quick.
Aye.
We have you leading the way, Viter. We cannot be slowed.
I can bring you as far as the edge of the wood and describe for you the path to the mountains.
Well,
But-
then let us rest and then be about it come the dawn.
Aye.
Yes. Yeah. Is there anything you would like to do? Any further conversations, that sort of thing you would like to have before such time as departure?
Just before going to bed, I'm gonna finish charging up the runestone.
Okay.
With using spell slots.
Mm.
I think I just need one more. Yeah.
If we're all kind of like hanging out for a minute, I'm gonna turn back to Gunder and say, you mentioned that you saw something disturbing in a vision.
Yes.
What did you see? I mean, I saw what Stieg saw, but I didn't see you see anything.
It was a small thing. It was just a vision of my death.
Did you just say you're dead?
Yes.
Like, you were resurrected?
I was on the gallows. I was to be hung. I died that day. Perhaps I was not hung till my breath was gone. But I was died that day and have been fortunate enough to continue to have days on this Midgard.
How long were you dead for?
No, must have been 10 years now then.
Wait, you were dead for 10 years and they brought you back?
Wait, are you dead now? Are you dead right now?
Gunder, in fact, just starts laughing and shaking his head.
Strange magics.
Now I realize that you may be both younger than me.
You can't bring people back from the dead, though.
There are moments.
Well, you can bring people back from the dead. It just wasn't that. I mean, sometimes you can do it very short periods of times, and sometimes you can do it much longer periods of time, but you have to be very skilled to do
Gunder
that.
just kind of leans back against whatever's behind him and is nodding along as they talk.
So you're dead.
There are moments in men's lives where who they were is dead and who they are is new.
So were you in Helheim, or were you in Valhalla?
Just looks to Vitter to see if Vitter gets it.
Dead metaphorically. That's much worse.
It's a metaphor.
Oh, you were like emotionally dead.
Who the person he was is dead. Now he's.
I was pulled from the gallows by an Allah of Allfather.
Oh, yes. They're nice people.
You clearly did
He
not
must
meet
have
my mentor.
Oh, he must have seen something special in you.
He told me that the Allfather despises a waste and that there was still use for me in this world. And here I am. But now I am going to have to invent a better story about how I am in fact the walking dead. And for a century I lay beneath a mound waiting to be awoken by three strange children.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I knew he was.
Which one of us?
Gunder.
Oh.
That's a 9.
A 9. A 9. Gunder, you feel a bit of a pulling, perhaps. You smell the waft of the heath, perhaps of the earth. You hear the creak of rope and the caw of raven, but the faintest of whispers and it says, "Not a waste."
Fuck off, you damn woods. He just says out of nowhere.
Who are you talking to?
The damn woods.
Are they talking to you right now?
They did for a moment.
What did you hear?
Did you hear sheep?
Nothing of import.
I heard a sheep.
Ghost sheep.
Did hear a ghost sheep. You are very correct, Astrid.
What? I knew
It spoke to me and asked me to shear it.
Vito, did you hear anything?
He is
When
pulling your
you
legs.
were out in the woods.
He is pulling your legs. There's one thing that I've learned now.
I don't mean
About you.
right now with the ghost sheep. I mean before. Did you hear anything in the woods? We saw Steek's family, and Gundar had some kind of rope fantasy. What did you see?
Profits.
Again, no kink shaming on this channel. None.
Oh, wow.
We found out Gundar's dead.
It's
How
that-
about you?
It's that weird tie-up stuff.
He's got
There's
rosy
nothing weird
cheeks
about
for
that.
a Draugr, but he's
Perfectly
dead
normal.
apparently.
Oh yeah, see, Gundar's dead, I guess.
We should all rest and prepare for the long journey ahead, Astrid.
Well, actually, Vitar, what did you learn?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Oh, I thought you were about to make a joke at my expense.
No,
Well,
I can do that.
I will pretend you did. And we laughed heartily. He says as he kind of just starts pulling his cloak out around him tighter, settling in.
Got awkward.
Well, I guess you don't have to talk about it.
Gurney leans over and says, "Well, how about you, Astrid? What secrets did the wood pull from your mind?"
No secrets. I got to visit the lovely farm of Steeg.
And then I had a really damp night out on the woods.
You heard the sheep too.
I did hear the sheep, and we were offered a lovely slice of pie. And then we were very cold.
It was very tempting,
Mm,
despite the sheep.
I'm just dreaming about making.
It did
pie
sound
right
it
now.
sounded lovely. In fact, you know,
smelled
when next
very
time
good.
we're back in Molgor, is there any chance that your mother would give us an actual slice of pie? Because it sounds delicious.
Yeah, her cooking is pretty good, but I think that smelled better than it normally smelled.
If
It-
you
it
really
did.
need pie,
It did smell better.
my sister is actually a fine baker.
Oh,
Well, then we can go over to your sister's place next time as well.
She had asked about who all you were anyway last I spoke with her. So I'm sure she'll be more than happy to have you for an evening.
So you rest for the evening? Yes.
Yes.
Good. It is an uneventful evening. If you desire to take watches again, you are more than welcome to. And you awake the next day, succumbing to a full long rest.
The worst of things.
You succumb to that long rest, and it was terrible. You awaken refreshed, and As before, Gurney is awake early, and she is eager, perhaps, to be along. She says, "This will be a brief journey on our part here in the wood, but it will be mildly it's climbing into the Molgoroth is always difficult." But come, let us away. Unless there is anything else you wish to do before you head out.
Gunder reaches into one of his pouches, pulls out a hammered iron ring that he may have gotten from the ritualist in the tower in the bog a couple of weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, "Do you know anything of this?"
Like, specifically, it's... Do you remember any specifics about it?
No, it was just an iron ring.
It's no.
Oh. Then I would give it to you in thanks for your hospitality and your time here and the help you have given us.
She pockets it. My thanks.
On the way out,
Um,
Vidar will make a small offering to the Shrine of Freya with some herbs that he has in his kit, his herbalism kit.
Okay.
Is Vidar
and-
trained in herbalism kit? Sorry.
He is.
Astrid.
And Astrid will go to Gurney and just say blessings of Baldur upon you, and give a little whatever the prayer greeting or like kind of thing is.
And she kind of reaches out perhaps and does one of the like an arm squeeze. You know how people
Sure.
comfort each other?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
I don't know how
too.
that- yeah.
However people work.
Yeah, right. And
We can social. I know how to people.
I don't even know anymore.
I don't either.
She says, "Thank you," and she replies with some probably cool sounding like Uller shit that I can't like spitball off the top of my head right now.
May your arrows be true and your eyes sharp.
Yeah, but like more
Don't let the forest eat you.
more poignant to like the task at hand, but that's kind of thing for sure. Yeah. Sometimes the role playing is all in your mind, guys. Yeah, and you set off. And she leads you north and west through the woods, your way unhindered by spirits and visions within this kind of area of her effect. And You pass most of the day in this kind of manner. You between her and Vidar, you are kind of, we could say, goaded to swifter travel in this terrain. As she
Rangers,
has
yo.
and she is specifically, she is what is now called a spirit warden in the revised edition of Svilland. Her prestige class, her subclass is spirit warden, formerly called the land spirits. She is attuned to dealing with nature spirits and the woods in a more spiritual way, and in some cases that translates to being badass in movement, not unlike Vidar in his more physical kind of interaction with nature.
I'm
and-
looking at them right now. They're terrifying.
Yeah.
Be nice to her.
And one could say that you, as a matter of fact, the lot of you perhaps are under the effect of the Longstrider spell. If you want to scroll perhaps a little further, Michael, to see how level that means. You lot make good time through the forest. You cross the River Red and spend perhaps your last kind of like hour with Gurney traveling through much lighter, less dense, much more tundra or kind of boreal scree forest, kind of as the forest kind of peters out. There's a bit of sparse kind of tundra plains before the foothills of the mountain, or I guess leading partially into the foothills, but before the mountains of the Molgoroth begin indeed. And at a point perhaps less physically marked, but perhaps as physically understood as you kind of look about, she eventually kind of stops, and she turns to you and says, this is as far as I can go with you. As much as I would perhaps want to aid you further, my place is here amongst the Rengorn, protecting Molgor and its peoples against these things here. And she kind of points off to the peaks, and she says, this peak here, and she kind of indicates a specific peak, and she says, below that peak, perhaps a halfway up that rise is a chasm, and there is a crossing, though it is treacherous, and there are old marking stones from before that you can find, and she takes her spear, and because she carries a spear, as all good rangers must, and that's just me. That's me putting things into everybody about spears. And she kind of draws a sigil of note. I'll maybe provide one later. I don't have it now. But she draws a sigil, and she says many of them are still marked as thus, and above that and across above and across that chasm is an old seat, and about that seat are spars of crystal like this. There perhaps are things that would keep you from harvesting your prize, but you seem a resourceful sort.
Our thanks again.
Just thank you for
Yes,
everything.
thank you for rescuing us and your hospitality.
It is the first thing we are taught. Now, she kind of perhaps clasps each of you in turn, and says, may the huntress's blessing be upon you and speed you on your way.
As she clasps Vidar, he will say, I will greet Gorm for you. Thank you.
She gives a bit of a slight, it's one of those slight smiles, okay,
I'm not gonna stop you.
yeah, she's there's obviously, as you know, Vidar, there's some shit there, and she's not necessarily, maybe she feels a little better about it than Gorm does, but she knows Gorm. But yeah,
Don't we
she
all?
kind of gives you, yeah, she kind of gives you that, a smile that says those things.
It's what Vidar would have expected her
Yeah,
response to
yeah.
be.
And I think that's a good place to leave it until next week.
Woohoo!
As
Good
you
organic
gaze
location.
as you gaze across an expanse of sparse trees and windswept snows, and in some places you could call them dunes, dunes of snow, drifts, I suppose they would be called, as the terrain rises and jagged outcrops of stone can be seen amongst the peaks. Perhaps even if you gaze with an eagle's eye, you can see shapes as they wheel amongst the heights. Perhaps the great eagles that are known to dwell amongst the peaks of the Molgoroth. And yeah, what will befall our company of heroes next time as they journey into the heights to retrieve a crystal of power, perhaps, so that they may pierce the veil of spirit bent, guarded, haunted ruins. We'll find out next week, right here on Midwinter's Keating.
Yeah.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
excited to climb a mountain and see what sort of horrors are awaiting. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, me too. Well, thanks everyone. That was good. That was a little more role play heavy in some ways, and that's okay. I can't just smash monsters against you every week.
Not with that attitude,
I'm
you
here
can't.
for the role play.
Come for
No,
the
that
role
was
play,
good.
stay for the monster smashing.
Yeah.
It was apparently that we've had a growth moment with Gunder. He's being a little bit more expressive, and I'm happy about that. Because playing the strong silent type isn't always as fun as you think it is at first.
Yeah.
Also,
Stay for the murder. That's right, Van Wickman. Stay for the murderer.
we're here for the murder. I've now made the mistake of reading a couple of other Rangers, and the Scotty's way is wow. Did you want Snow Fremen? This is how you get Snow Fremen.
Yeah, that's what Vidar is. He's a beast.
Oh, I know. He's just gonna, the last shot of the game is just gonna be him riding a purple worm across the mountains and the snow.
Yeah. As you guys are walking away, Astra's just gonna turn to Stieg and say, "Did you know that I could melt metal with my hands now?"
What? I can't wait to see it.
Wow.
I may have an idea from looking at her gate. I'm gonna have to
We're
think
not
on it a
talking
little
about
bit.
shocking grasp yet.
The spice is life. Man, I need to see that movie.
Spice.
I've
Purple
now
worm.
watched it 3 times at home.
Wow. It's available at home, or are you watching Russian copies?
It's on HBO Max, which
Oh,
I happen to
you
have.
can buy
and
it.
I
it's
guess I might watch it at home.
I might do that too because I don't know when I'm gonna get around to going to the
Yeah,
theater.
right. Yeah, and actually, Vamp, in the Svilland campaign setting, I feel like as I'm sure because I think you've won a copy of it. I could be remembering, but there is, of course, the what are the Isa worms? Fuck, I've closed it already.
Yes, that's what they're
yes,
called.
they are.
Yeah, and they're like, they're like an icy blue, cold, white color. They're nasty. Not unlike,
They're only gargantuan.
yeah, only, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
There you go.
Isa worm.
There it is for you.
I like it this fast.
Thing's nasty.
Oh
Oh.
yeah. We don't need to see any of those.
Snow camouflage, tunneler, bite.
Oh no.
Plus 11 to its 6d8 plus 7 on its bite attack. And that's
like
just the
Steve's
piercing
attack.
damage. That's not the cold damage.
The snow verm comes.
I'm surprised
Holy
it's not
shit.
multi-attack.
Hey, the description specifically says some Rangers of Scotty try to keep a close eye on these pathways. They wander around to warn people of such dangerous areas and guide them to safer passage away from the places where an Isa worm has born.
Brutality.
Wow.
Brutality.
Yeah, these monsters.
Could
are
probably
pretty
train
insane.
one.
Yeah. Someday. Well, hey, thanks everyone who has joined us, who has watched. Thank you to, God damn it, Bobby, for the subscription. It's been fun. Thanks, Phoenix. Phoenix, you've been here for quite some time, and that's great. I always appreciate seeing you around. Vamp, it's good to see you as always. Is there anyone desires to raid? Should we raid somebody?
We have a giveaway.
Rate it forward. Or did we have do we have a giveaway today?
Oh, we did.
Do we?
Didn't we announce it at the beginning?
Did we?
Yeah, we have a giveaway to do if we want to give something away.
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it up to you guys since I don't actually have the thing to give away.
That's fair. How am I so bad at this?
Eh.
Oh.
Phoenix demands
Phoenix-
blood. I mean
Phoenix said-
giveaways.
Peter said, please do the giveaway. I've entered.
Did anybody?
All right. Yeah, so if you giveaway.
Is he the only one who's entered?
We don't have to give it away this time. How to enter?
If you guys want to enter to win this PDF, all you have to do is type in !drawing and you'll be entered to win. And we're going to go ahead and draw a winner in just a couple of seconds. How's that sound?
Sounds wonderful.
That sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
So get your entries in.
XX Betman XX.
All right. Let's do
Not
this.
not that giveaway. That's a different giveaway. Stream elements.
Yeah. Oh wow, we're just
My bad.
That's okay.
It's the same code word. All right,
Yep.
Ashley, give us a 5-second countdown.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
I love that. Like, there's like,
Wise Matter has won the giveaway.
Nice.
Hey,
Matter.
congratulations,
You, in
Wise
fact,
Matter.
have made a wise choice at that.
Thanks for the
new-
follows. Thanks
new
for the
follower.
follows.
a new.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I will send you a whisper with the download link, Wise Matter. Congratulations.
I will tell you, you will enjoy this book.
So good. Oh God, it's painfully good in places.
If
What do
not,
you
if
guys,
not for the narrative, then definitely for the mechanicals.
What do you guys say we raid Lord Gazumba tonight?
Let's get
Let's
that
do
man.
it.
Let's do it.
Huzzah!
Let's do it. He's rated
I'm
us
into
so
it.
many times. I think we owe it. We're going to go ahead and do that. Please, everybody, join us.
And
And
again-
hit him up with some emotes and all that good stuff.
And again, thank you for joining us. Join us next Wednesday for more of the Isle of Endless Fog. And then, of course, next Thursday for more of this game, Midwinter Keening. It has been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, Van Pwickman. I appreciate you. Good night and good luck.